All right, here we go. Step number 1. Everybody grumbles about this one, but it's a must, especially for step number 1. It's so important. You ready? You have to eat clean. You gotta eat cleaner. I know. It's everybody says it, but it's true. If you want to hear spirit clear, you have to eat clean. You have to clean out this vessel. This is a vessel that's used for spirit communication. It has to be clean. This was probably the hardest step for me, to be honest, because I grew up on fast food and takeout. It was so hard for me, but you keep at it, it gets easier. Try to cut out sugars, salt, fat, as much as you can. I know almost everything has sodium in it these days, but try to cut back as much as you can on that. And when I say eat clean, I want to tell you specifically, eat things from Mother Gaia. She gives you what you need. She creates it for you. She knows what your body needs. So listen to it. Listen things grown from the earth. That is so important. Okay, and a word of warning. This is, disclaimer. When you start doing this, your hair is going to get greasy. Your face is going to break out. Toxins are going to start coming out of your body. Like you can feel it coming out of your skin. It's disgusting. It's so gross. When this first started happening, I'm like, oh yeah, what is this? But my spirit guide said that's normal. It's normal. Bear with it. It's going to be okay. It lasted for about a week or 2, but then on the other side of that, no pun intended, your face got cleaner. My face is beautiful. My hair started getting healthier and shinier. It was a miracle just in that little step. So eat clean, step number 1. All right, step 2. This one probably made me the most uncomfortable. You have to come out to people. You have to come out of the closet, as they say. I came out of the intuitive medium closet and to everybody. I thought, I'll just come out to my close friends and family. Spirit was like, nope, you got to come out to everybody. And I did. Once you start saying it and you start saying it more and more, it does become easier. I know, like the first, I must have been 6 months. The first 6 months I was doing this and I was telling people, oh, I'm an intuitive medium. I speak to dead people. Even guides and angels I can talk to. My voice would shake. My voice would be like, but it got easier. It did. Now I can just say I'm an intuitive medium. I'm a spiritual soul coach. I want to help you design your own soul's ascension. It's just easier. It rolls off the tongue now. An amazing thing happened when I started coming out to people. And I did not expect this, but the weight started dropping off. It was like I was holding on to so much emotions and just almost guilt for not speaking my truth, that once I started doing this, yes, eating clean helped, but once I started speaking my truth, wow, amazing transformation. Amazing transformation. I felt it in my soul. I actually had rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome. It vanished. I stopped taking medication. All my signs and symptoms just went away. Nope. And it was funny, the people that I was most uncomfortable coming out to, actually, Spirit gave like a segue, an opening for me to speak my truth to them. If you're aware of them and you're aware of your speech in the conversation and the energy exchange between the two of you, you'll know. And actually, every single person in my life knows, even people I never thought I would ever tell. They're like strict and regime and, like very to the point and very scientific, doesn't believe in any of this. And it's so funny, even them, when I told them what I do and what my soul's purpose is, they're like, oh yeah, I can see that, Krista, that makes sense. There's something about you that just makes sense. So everybody already knows, so just speak it out loud. Out loud, people, okay? Not just writing in a journal. You gotta tell people. That's step number 2. Speak your truth. All right, guys. Step 3. When Spirit gave me this one, I wasn't that shocked. It kind of goes hand in hand with the previous 2 steps. It is mindful movement. They didn't call it exercise at all. They've never called it exercise. They've called it mindful movement. Get the body moving. The body needs energy. It needs flow. Moving the muscles, strengthening the muscles. Composed of muscles, composed of cardiovascular, blood flowing. You need to get the energy flowing. And that's done by movement. Moving, moving, moving. And be mindful about it, okay? They specifically said mindful movement. And it took me a little bit to understand what mindful meant. I understood the movement part. Okay, got it. You want me to move. Cool. But they kept saying mindful movement. I'm like, what the heck? What, mindful? And it finally hit me when I started doing it. I was like, oh, get those earbuds out. Get the music out of you. Get the chitter chatter, whatever it is, earbuds out. Be mindful. I do it for at least 15 minutes when I am doing my mindful movements. Connect with your body. Connect with nature. Connect with your surroundings. This helps so much. It helps develop your gift. So when you're moving and the energy's flowing, clean vessel, loving yourself, you're speaking your truth, those 3 steps, transformational to hearing spirit and understanding spirit so much clearer. Being with my body. This is a beautiful vessel we've been given. This is a miracle. Treat it as a miracle. Treat it with the respect it deserves. Your body deserves respect, nourishment, love. That is mindful movement, okay? You know, strengthening your whole body, getting the blood flowing, getting moving, being mindful about it. Step 3. All right, hi. So I'm in my studio. Spirit gave me these last 2 steps while I was in here one day, and they kind of go hand in hand, so I thought I would share them in here with you. So step number 4, we are going to talk about decluttering, and it's a 3-step process of decluttering, okay? First step, declutter your emotions and your mind. Spirit can't come in if all these thoughts and emotions are all jumbled around. You really have to set yourself aside to let spirit come in. And having healthy, happy, loving emotions about yourself. This is ideal spirit communication channel is when you are fully in love with yourself. And decluttering of your emotions and your thought patterns. And this is negative thought patterns. Get them out of there. Get rid of the negative thought patterns. You know, a cool technique that I learned one time was when you have a negative thought pattern that is replaying in your head, just go bloop, eject, out it goes, you know, and you might have to do that a couple of times before a new thought pattern takes place. So just keep hitting the eject button each time a negative thought starts coming in and replace it with something loving and caring. Like, for instance, say you are constantly thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to do such and such, to do my passion. I'm not good enough for it. Eject. I am good enough. I do belong here. I do deserve to follow and achieve my passion of what I'm meant to be. Okay, and you just keep repeating that to yourself. I am good enough. I am good enough. Okay, so decluttering your emotions and thought patterns. And step 2 of the step number 4, step level 2, I guess you could say, is decluttering physically, your physical surroundings, decluttering. Now, I'm an artist, so I have clutter everywhere. Like, for some reason, I think best when surrounded by things. But I couldn't, when I tried to come in here and work in my studio and declutter my studio, it wasn't working because I was like, oh, I might need this little piece of ribbon, or I might need this button one day, you know. I might collage with it, and I actually had to hire somebody to come in here and get rid of all my stuff. Like, I think we had like 3 trash cans full of stuff that just got out of here because we just needed to clear the space and clean the energy out of here. And it just helped so much. It actually helped me jumpstart this business. So decluttering physically around you. We all have that drawer. We all have that, you know, things shoved under the bed or shoved in the corner of the closet. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. An awesome technique, especially with the closet or things like, you're like, oh, I might need that someday. Put it in a box. Write the date on the box. Write, you know, 1/1/11, whatever date it is. Write it on the box. Put it away in the garage, far away in the corner, so you're not tempted by it. and wait 2-3 years. If you go back and you're like, oh man, that was 2 or 3 years ago, don't open that box. Just give it to Goodwill. Give it to charity. Give it to your church. Give it somewhere. Don't open it. Don't think about it. Boom, gone. That is the best way to get rid of items that you think you might need someday. The next little section of this is decluttering people. Decluttering people in your life. If they are not part of your soul group, and what is a soul group? Well, a soul group is somebody, is a group of friends and people that support you, uplift you, will call you out when you are being negative Nancy yourself, but are there in a supportive, positive, healing way. If they're not there in a positive way, cut off contact. You don't need them. And this includes family members as well. Cut out contact with them. And if you need help, ask Spirit. Spirit, say, Spirit, help me with, not communicating with so-and-so anymore. They really make me feel down about myself. They're always, giving me negative remarks. I just don't want them to come around anymore. And they won't. They'll stop calling. They'll stop, texting or coming around. And if they don't, just ignore them. And, and eventually they'll get the hint and won't come around anymore. Okay, so that is decluttering emotions, physical things, and people. Okay, that's step 4. All right, step 5. Step 5 is, this is the most fun one, expressing yourself creatively. Get the creative energy out. And that means writing, painting, collaging, calligraphy, quilting, sewing, on and on and on. There's so many different creative avenues, and if you have a hard time, go walk Hobby Lobby, go walk Michael's. There's so many things you can do creatively that will, spark your interest. Woodworking, automotive, rebuilding cars, that's creative. Something that, sparks your fire in you. Come in, because it teaches you to be meditative in your own little space and to create something with it. It teaches you to create something out of nothing, as they say. When you're creating, again, you're putting your mind aside and letting Spirit flow through you, flow through your hands, flow through your mouth, through your singing. Singing's creative, acting, speaking, join Toastmasters if that, something creative where you have to make it up on the spot. And I personally believe that you need to create something on your own, not something you're making money off of. So sometimes I weave in art into my, helping other people, but I do not solely put art on as my business. I don't solely rely on art to make me a living. So I think if you do make art for a living, find something you do just for yourself, like an art journal or writing, or something that you don't make a profit at, because you need to have that creative energy flowing with no ties and strings to it. Again, so when you're creating this something out of nothing and the energy's flowing and you're making something, Spirit will actually come in and talk to you while you're in that creative, meditative space. They speak through you. It is beautiful. It is beautiful what you create. Whatever it is, even if it's, paint splotches on a piece of paper, it is beautiful because you're creating it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Blessings to all of you. Namaste. I really appreciate it that you took the time to watch these videos, to sign up for my email list. And I really, truly hope to connect with each and every one of you someday. You have a great and wonderful and blessed day.